Here is a truth most one and admit. A staggering number of women are on a default trajectory towards financial mediocrity. And the tragedy is, they don't even see the decline. It's never one catastrophic failure. It's death by 1,000 cuts. A series of small, seemingly inconsequential choices that erode wealth over decades. Let's be clear. The very architecture of our financial world was not originally blueprinted for a woman's ascent. You face a distinct battlefield, a persistent gender pay gap, a longer life expectancy that taxes your reserves, and career interludes that are disproportionately yours to bear. These are not mere statistics. They are the strategic challenges you must conquer to build a true empire. The financial carelessness of your 20s solidifies into the regrets of your 40s. The monetary stress of your 30s becomes the cage that limits your freedom in your 50s. And that pervasive feeling of being behind in your 40s breeds panic at the precise moment you should be commanding your peak power. But this is not an exercise in shame. This is a masterclass in strategic implementation. What if you could shatter that paradigm right now? In this video, we are installing the 10 essential wealth habits, decade by decade, engineered to construct a future of not just security, but absolute sovereignty. Consider this your financial coronation, and it begins now. Your 20s are the blueprint for your entire financial empire. The protocols you install now will define the trajectory for the rest of your life. This is not about perfection. It is about strategic, architectural thinking. Habit number 1, become the master of your cash flow. A recent survey revealed that for 41% of people, creating and adhering to a budget had the single greatest impact on their financial well-being. So let's reframe the concept. A budget isn't a restriction. It's a strategic allocation of resources. It is you, as CEO, directing capital toward what you value. The 50-30-20 rule is your initial framework. 50% of your income for necessities, 30% for lifestyle, and a non-negotiable 20% allocated to wealth creation and debt elimination. This framework instills the discipline required to always prioritize your future self. Habit number 2, build your sovereignty fund. This is your emergency fund, your liquidity buffer. A 2025 study highlighted that 55% of Gen Z lack enough savings to cover 3 months of expenses, which is the exact vulnerability that allows a minor inconvenience to trigger a financial tailspin. Your first objective, secure a $1,000 preliminary fund. Position it in a high-yield savings account, making it accessible but not instant. This isn't investment capital. This is your peace of mind capital. From there, expand it to 3 to 6 months of core living expenses. This fund is your strategic buffer. It insulates your long-term vision from short-term volatility. Finally, for your 20s, habit number 3, start investing, especially when it's unfamiliar. One of the most common financial regrets among successful women is not deploying capital in the market sooner. A documented confidence gap creates a strategic disadvantage, leading to a quantifiable wealth gap over time. But here's the secret. You don't need a Wall Street pedigree to command the market. The most powerful force in the universe is on your side: compound interest. If your employer offers a 401k match, you will max it out. To do otherwise is to decline a 100% return on investment. Then, open a Roth IRA and automate monthly contributions, even if you start with just $50. The act of initiation is infinitely more important than the amount. You are buying time in the market, your most priceless asset. If your 20s were for laying the foundation, your 30s are for erecting the skyscraper of your wealth. Your income is climbing, life is adding complexity, and this is your decade to achieve escape velocity. This leads to habit 4, maximize your retirement strategy. That employer match? We are graduating far beyond it. Your new protocol is to escalate your retirement contribution rate with every increase in your income. You must resist the siren song of lifestyle inflation, where new income is consumed by upgraded liabilities. Instead, commit to increasing your 401k or IRA contribution by 1% biannually, or with every single raise. The change will feel negligible. The impact on your future net worth will be monumental. Habit 5, eradicate high-interest debt. Not all debt is created equal. A mortgage is a leverage tool. High-interest credit card debt, however, is a parasite on your financial future. In your 30s, you must exterminate it. Deploy a debt elimination strategy. Use the avalanche method, liquidating the highest interest debt first for mathematical efficiency, or the snowball method, clearing the smallest balances first for psychological momentum. Select your strategy and execute with prejudice. Eliminating that debt isn't just freeing up cash flow. It's reclaiming your power and redirecting capital from servicing liabilities to building assets. And habit 6, achieve financial value congruence. A budget is more than numbers. It is a document of values. Too often, we are guilty of mindless capital allocation, driven by social optics rather than personal fulfillment. So, conduct an audit this month. Define your top 3 values. Are they freedom, security, experiences? Now, analyze your spending. If your bank statement tells a different story than your values, you have a strategic flaw. This is not an exercise in judgment. It is a diagnosis, leading bacteriolessly to optimization. We are past the halfway mark. If the strategies we're discussing resonate with your ambition to architect a life of design, not default, signal it. Comment, "I want more" below. Your engagement is the currency of this community, and it confirms we are on this ascent together. Your 40s and 50s are your peak earning years. This is the time to leverage that income to fortify your financial dynasty and prepare for the chapter of true autonomy. This brings us to habit number 7, optimize for peak accumulation and health. At this stage, the goal is to hit the legal maximums on your retirement contributions. The government offers a tactical advantage for those over 50, catch-up contributions, a higher limit. You use it. But true wealth is a trifecta: time, money, and health. The third is non-negotiable. Because women live longer, we face higher lifetime healthcare costs. One report estimated a healthy 43-year-old woman could face nearly $200,000 more in health insurance premiums than her male spouse. If you have access to a health savings account, HSA, recognize it for what it is: a triple tax-advantaged wealth vehicle. It is one of the most powerful financial instruments available. Habit 8, architect your legacy and protection. Many avoid this domain, but a failure to plan is a plan for chaos, leaving your legacy to chance and your family to complication. In your 40s, audit your insurance policies, life and disability. Is the coverage aligned with your income and your family's needs? If not, correct it. Then, execute or update your estate plan. This is not a task for the ultra-wealthy. It is a fundamental responsibility. It is the ultimate act of control and a profound declaration of love. Habit number 9, engineer your retirement income engine. As you approach retirement, the operative question shifts from "how much have I accumulated?" to "how do I convert this mountain of assets into a perpetual income stream?" This requires a strategic analysis of your Social Security claiming options. Your asset allocation will likely shift, de-risking from aggressive growth to strategic wealth preservation. The objective is to engineer a machine that generates predictable cash flow, insulating your lifestyle from market whims and eliminating the fear of outliving your wealth. And that brings us to our final, and perhaps most critical, habit. Habit 10, and the last one, redefine wealth as ultimate sovereignty. For too long, the narrative around women and money has been one of scarcity and limitation. We are discarding that narrative. The ultimate purpose of these habits is not to amass a static pile of gold. It is to achieve financial sovereignty, the freedom to exit a toxic work environment, the power to fund a vision, the resilience to weather any economic storm with unbreakable poise, and the deep, resonant peace that comes from knowing you are the sole architect of your destiny. From building the foundation in your 20s, to accelerating in your 30s, and fortifying in your 40s and 50s, each decade presents a new strategic window to master your financial destiny. This is a long game of precise strategic moves, of choosing power over passivity. In 2024, data showed that women earn about 85% of what men do. But for the next generation of leaders aged 25-34, that gap shrinks to about 95%. Momentum is on your side. It is your mandate to close that gap entirely and build a future of unshakable independence. Join the vanguard of women who are not just participating in the economy, but are actively architecting it. Your financial ascension is a lifelong mission, and this is merely the beginning. If you are committed to building a life of uncompromising financial sovereignty, subscribe and activate notifications. You cannot afford to miss the intelligence we share next. The CEO of your future empire demands it.